Erik, not what we talked about. That didn't go the way we talked about before the game. It was like today, and I don't know if you agree with me, but it was like today. The players were not really there to answer this big question. How did you see that?
No, I think the team performance was okay. I think as a team, I think we defending organization, pressing organization was good. We brought Bayern in problems. We kept them away from our box. They didn't create many chances. Also, we have to acknowledge we didn't create so many chances. But especially, I think first part of the second half we create some, and some from high ball regains. Also, one I think was brilliant outplayed in the building up with Bruno Fernandes, with the cutback from Aaron Wan-Bissaka. Yeah, I think about the performance, I can't see that it was. I have to say it was okay, but if you want to win a game, of course, then you have to score a goal, and then you have to come to more shots on goal. And
you have to produce more chances. And it's like when you're watching it from the outside, it's like there are certain players, especially today, maybe not over the course of the season, that were playing for themselves. They were trying to be the winner of the game, whereas sometimes, you know, passing the ball to Rasmus, for instance, would have been a better option. And it seems like he's not really in the game. Is that something you need to work on now? You're not in Europe anymore. You have the time to do that. Is that something you're going to work on the game?
I haven't seen it that way. I'm sorry. I think the team worked very good together. There was a good spirit. I said in the togetherness we won a lot of balls, and then we didn't take the benefit from it always to produce some end product, and we hadn't so many shots on target. That is what we have to acknowledge. But I didn't see that we didn't want to give the ball to each other. Absolutely not.
And just lastly here, Luke Shaw came off at half-time. It was very clear that Harry had to come off. What's the situation with the two players?
I can't say in this moment. We have to wait minimum 24 hours. Then we have right diagnose. So in the moment, nothing to say about.
And then small case of Liverpool on Sunday at Anfield. But we'll take that in 2 days' time. We're not going to talk about that now. But thank you very much for this and good luck.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
Appreciate Erik ten Hag coming out and speaking to us, of course. If he says the team performance was okay, is the bar too low?
Yeah. And I think what happens is, because it's been so poor for Manchester United this season, you are playing one of the top teams in Europe, you are missing injured players. So I think it's almost a case of, because you haven't been beat 3 or 4-0, 1-0 actually feels okay, and you're in the game for an hour. I'm not sure exactly when Munich scored, but you know, there was probably 60, 70 minutes on the clock. So he's probably watching the game thinking, okay, we're still in this game. And it's almost like a slight feel-good factor. But I think what you said's right there, Kate. I think because of, you know, you lose 3-0 to Bournemouth at the weekend, you're now playing one of the giants of European football, and you only lose 1-0. He's trying to take something from it to then get to Sunday, because I'm sure that'll be the message tomorrow when he sees the players. That wasn't all bad. You're playing one of the top teams in Europe. It was 1-0. Anything could have happened. Right, we've got to go to Anfield now and try and produce some sort of performance. A result looks, you know, really tough on paper, but yeah, I just think that's a manager just trying to clutch at straws.
Let's take you out to Peter Schmeichel then, who's standing by for us still at Old Trafford. It was an interesting conversation you had there with Erik ten Hag. I guess I'm interested in your opinion. Can he turn this around, Peter?
Yeah, I think he can. I think he's well equipped. Like, you know, there's a lot of people saying, "Oh, we need to change the manager again," and that's, you know, that's an opinion. But to who? Who's the next guy going to be? I think it goes a lot deeper. It's structural at the football club. This football club definitely needs a lot of changes, and we're hoping now that Ineos, the deal with Ineos, it's happening. And that, you know, what we know from that deal, that they're going to come in and take responsibility for all football matters, that is what's going to happen in real life as well. So we get some new inspiration, some new leadership, new ideas, and I think also new people. You know, I interviewed Erik ten Hag there, and he was, I could sense it, he was quite angry. He was different to interview than all the other times I've spoken to him. And, you know, what can he say? He knows his team didn't perform well today. He knows that it's not going in the direction that he thinks it is, and I agree with Jamie. He's clutching at straws there, saying a lot of these things because they've got this big game, and he knows that whatever he says now will filter through to the players, and therefore.
Peter, you mentioned the structure of the club, and I hear that a lot from you know, and there's no doubt there needs to be change, and it looks like somebody's coming in. But when you're talking about that being the biggest problem right now, you finished bottom of a group with Galatasaray in Copenhagen. I mean, that can't be an excuse, the structure of the club. You've won one game, and the fact that game that you won, the opposition missed a penalty in the last minute. A lot has got to ride on the players, but also Erik ten Hag, how he's setting this team up. He spent 400 million on that squad of players. That, I mean, you can't finish bottom of that group, and that's got nothing to do with the Glazers or the owners of the club.
No, I didn't say that. I said the structure. So, whereas when Sir Alex Ferguson left the job, you know, he was in charge of everything, and we've tried over the years to find the guy who could be in charge of everything, and that's not reality anymore. I don't think there's one person out there who could do what people like Arsene Wenger and Sir Alex do. Maybe Klopp, I don't know, but they are very far and few between. So what we need is a structure that is fitting to modern day football. So you have the constant people are not the managers or the coaches, because we know they move on. We know the lifespan is very short. So there needs to be constant people there making decisions, stopping certain players not to come in. I mean, I've set up some of the signings that Manchester United have made are simply not good enough, you know, and somebody above needs to say, no, that's not on. And that's what I mean by structural changes. You need new ideas, new people, need some new inspiration. That is not a new manager, and that is not new players.
Peter, we appreciate your time. Sorry to send you out for a disappointing evening over at Old Trafford. Hopefully your following of Copenhagen will go better for you.
I hope Peter's listening.
Yes, I'm sure he's listening.
Is he?
He was supposed to. He said he was. He hasn't buzzed through with an answer, but we'll get you an answer by the end of the night.
Thank you.
Good to see you. Thank you very much.